Good morning, folks. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Just looking at the dollar at the moment, so pretty range bound. Quick spike down from last week's close around European Open. I'm targeting this sort of area because we have a volume imbalance here today. It may move above this kind of range first. Typically on Mondays, the dollar just moves sideways, especially if it's a slow news day. And today there's virtually nothing on the calendar. So the Biden stuff, I don't think, it wasn't really a surprise. The market broadly expected this. I mean, it's been in the works since that early debate. Economic news-wise, just a couple of really minor things. So if you're taking trades today, make them small, just a few points only. Cable, I was looking at this morning. I just didn't like it. There were stops below Asia low. For a scalp, I think it would have been okay. The order flow matched up, but it was just a few points. I'm not totally convinced this corrective move is on. Ultimately, I think we'll get back up here. So this is the start of a correction. So for any buy, it would be kind of looking for a correction of the correction, if that makes sense, before we get down a bit lower. Ultimately, it can come back down to test this sort of 3-day balance area, but given that we're in this correction swing, I prefer the sell higher up. But if we do get the buy, somewhere around Friday's low is possible. Reason why I held back, you see GC's on this kind of little demand zone. We did spike down into it, create this little double bottom. There's stops below here basically, so that's why I held off. But I do notice, there's various ways to get in this. Frankfurt Open, we'll try and focus on this a bit more. I'll try and get to my screen, alert in time for this so we can catch them in future, because it's generally a bit of an easier move than after London Open. But the confirmation process, I've changed it slightly, integrating tape speed levels. Got the pull stack indicator as well. It's less important for gold, but it's still kind of useful. But yeah, I'd be looking below this low for any buy. I mean, it certainly seems like we're just creating a weak low and moving up already, but I'll put my alert here for now. We'll just wait on that one. So just a quick explanation of what's going on with this tape speed indicator. Essentially, it's another way of It's a very effective way of gauging the real support and resistance in the market, just by gauging how fast the time and sales is moving at a particular level. So if orders are streaming in extremely fast at a particular level, ATAS will let you know and actually give you the precise level, and it shows you that the market is very interested in this level for whatever reason. So it becomes an important level of interest for retests. So you can see the market created this level. Okay, the time and sales was spooling extremely fast here. Came down, came up, retested with low speed. So that's the critical part you want to look out for, is we're actually retesting on low speed and ideally low volume. Happened here also. High speed moved down. This was the exact level the time and sales was moving extremely fast. Came up, retested it with the stacked imbalance on low speed and saw a rejection. So it's a bit of a godsend. It's kind of exactly what I was looking for. Because I have a habit of try to be a perfectionist and catch the exact low and bottom or high. But ultimately it's much better if you can just wait for the move to initiate a little bit and then find a good level to get in. And we'd be using stacked imbalances and overlapping high volume nodes, which are okay, but when the market's moving with a lot of momentum, often it will not come back and fill these in. So this gives you additional levels that are quite widely respected, but the key point is when they're retested, you want to see it on low tape speed, and that shows the market generally has low conviction if it's moving with low speed. So try and show it in motion if we can today. I'm not trading futures today. I'm just keeping Monday as a kind of mental preparation day essentially, because last Monday made an error and it kind of set the tone for the whole week for me. So just keep Mondays as light trading. Generally, you should just be looking for small moves anyway. You should always be thinking about any traps that are being laid as well, like this demand zone with Asia low, stops below it. Okay, it could respect it, depending on what happens with dollar. Any kind of up move is an assumption here. I'm down biased towards here, so if this dollar move just keeps going down, then we may not get a lower fill on gold. If it looks like that's going to be the case, then that's fine, we can just wait. Yeah, cables, fair enough. The order flow is looking quite good at some point. It was a fair trade, it seemed. There's too many maybes involved, but there was one point in particular. Yeah, often you get lows created at either 6:30 or around 7:40. And sometimes they're hunted at London Open, sometimes they're not. But you could see volume was building here. This kind of support created by tape speed levels. And eventually I think it held, essentially. So it came down, low speed, it held. And at London Open we just broke VWAP. So it was tempting, my finger was on the button. It was just a bit hesitant in that one because we had stops below Asia low and the weakness of the turn, but it turned out to be an okay move. But yeah, I don't know. We may still come back down. Like Mondays are typically quite rangy, so I will not be surprised if we come back down and test that low at some point. UB, I'd be looking for sells on this. Wait for some kind of order flow confirmation, but the reason for that is set out in the UBZN or ZN analysis page. ZN's got an inefficiency to fill, but given the weekend news, I'd be waiting and seeing on this one. Just keep Monday as an observation day in general. I think that's the best thing to do. Yes, I'm waiting on this one personally. We've got a very strong level below last week's low, so I'm waiting to see what happens down here. And I've got this general sort of box marked out as a potential reaccumulation area. Given unfinished auction here, single print, is reasonable to assume that for now. But we can also be in a high momentum down phase. So if this breaks conclusively with a daily close, then we just move to looking for sells only. Similar sort of scenario in NQ, although NQ is a lot more bearish. But we have just filled a true gap. So it might be cause for some pause and some reaccumulation. We've got some weak highs here, which can be tested again, but we want to see that ES level hit first. GC, just going to set my alert here. I was kind of hoping we'd get a bit of a final pump down, but dollar looks like it's away, so we'll just wait and see. Yeah, I'll pause the audio for now. Yeah, just watch out